Hello, welcome to Creations in Clay and welcome into my workshop. My name is Louis Palladini, and tonight I'd like to show you how to do an animal that everybody absolutely loves. It's a little fur seal. I'll show you how to make this from start to finish, and it's a very easy sculpture to make. You know, as you can see, the little black eyes and black nose, the flippers, and then I'll show you how to make the nice texture for the fur. And you want to make them like a nice cream color like I had made this one. But I want to show you the types of clay that you can use. And you can use an oil-based clay such as this, which never hardens, and you can use it over and over again. And as I've mentioned in the past, that I used to use this all the time when I was a kid, and I loved it because once you get tired of something, you can make something brand new. Another type of clay that you can use is an air-hardening clay such as this. It will harden like in a couple of hours or overnight, and they can buy this in any art store, and it's a great clay to use, but once it hardens you can't reuse it, and that's one disadvantage to it, but it's a great clay to use. My preference for the clay is a clay called Super Sculpey, and you can use this, and you can fire this in the oven at 275 degrees for about 15 or 20 minutes, and the item becomes hard, and then you can sand it. You can do a tremendous amount of detail with this type of clay. And what I love about it too is in later shows I'll probably get into using armatures and things, and that's very good because you can make an armature which is almost like a metal skeleton and cover it over with this, and then you can fire it in the oven and you'll have a beautiful sculpture. But I want to show you the types of clay balls that you can use. The types of clay balls we're going to use are this size here for the body, and it's a decent size. And then for the head, we're going to use this size ball of clay here. And then for the flippers, we'll use this size. And then for the flippers in the back, we're going to use this size right here. So we're going to proceed to make the body. I'll show you the shape that we want to make on the seal. You want to make this shape here. Almost, think of it almost like a banana without flippers, the shape. You can see this here. We're going to make this nice little shape here. That's what we're shooting for. So I'll show you how to make that. And we're going to take this ball of clay here, and we're just going to work it in our hands like this. It's going to take that, work it like that. It's going to squeeze it, and you're going to make it into that banana-like shape that we mentioned. And it's going to kind of pull it out, work on it like that, and just kind of work it. Just take your fingers and make that nice shape. And I'm just going to keep working it like that, and we're almost there. So what I can do is kind of just take my fingers, see this? This is the shape that we see, almost like a banana-like shape. That's the top. That will be the side. This is what it will look like from the bottom. So, and then what we can do too is take our thumb or finger and just kind of smooth it over a little bit. Just kind of take and just run your thumb like that and kind of smooth it over. It's probably a little bumpy right now. Just go like that, just use your thumb. And now we're going to proceed to make another part of the body, which is the head. So I'm going to put this down right here, and we're going to take and we're going to do the head. So this is nice and round. So I'll take this body right here, and we're going to take and we're going to kind of work that into the body like this. See that? Just kind of work that in like that. I'm going to work that clay in like that. And then you can go both ways. See how I'm kind of pinching the clay up like that and going around. And just kind of work that up there like that. Just kind of, and then you can take the thumb and kind of push that down. And do that. So the next thing that we want to do is we want to take the nose and kind of almost make a point. See, I'm going to pull this out and almost make like a point of sorts. So you're going to just see how that's starting to make a nice little point. So I'm just going to pull it out like that. I'm just going to keep working it. Just keep working it. And and what you'd like to do at times, just look at it and kind of make sure that this little point here is kind of centered in the center of the ball of clay for the nose. And we're going to just work this a little bit in the front. I'm going to work that like that. So we've got that. We're going to proceed to make the flippers now, and I'll show you the shape that we want to make for those. We're going to take, and we're going to make these flippers right here. See the shape that they're in? We're going to make those. So there's a flipper here, and there's a flipper here, and I'll show you how to make that. So we will take, and I'll put that down, and we're going to make the flippers. So now we take these and kind of just squeeze them. We're going to make them into that flipper-like shape. You can see how I'm like flattening this out. See how I'm flattening it? Because a seal's flippers are flattened. It's going to just work it like that. I'm going to go all the way around. So the shape that you want is going to work it like that. And see how I'm flattening that out? But then see how that's got that nice shape for the flipper? That's what we want. We want to do the other one exactly like that. So I'm going to get the other piece of clay, and we're going to go from over here, and then we're going to take this, and we're going to make the other flipper. We'll do the exact same thing we did for that one. See, I'm squeezing it, flattening it out. Just flatten that out nicely. Just kind of keep working it like that. Just work it, flatten it out. We're going to make that nice shape for the flipper. Just going to just work it like that. I'm just going to, and then what I like to do is we're going to pick up the other one. I'm going to show you, we're going to try to see if they're approximately the same size, which they are. And that way we can place them onto the seal. Just going to take that. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to pick up the seal, and on this side here, we're going to squeeze that into the body like that. See, I'm kind of taking that and just taking the clay and kind of working it into the side of the body like that. And then we're going to flip it over, and we're going to try to do the same thing with our finger there. One of the tools that I think I'm going to bring into the process right now is a trusty little toothpick. I'm going to put this down for a second. I have my trusty little toothpick over here. I'm going to get a couple of them. You can get these, in a supermarket. They got the points at both ends. This is what I like about them. They're very good tools to work with. We're going to take this toothpick now, and we can take it, and we can kind of, see how this, we're going to just take and kind of work that back towards the flipper. You want to make sure that the flipper's attached by doing that. See, I'm just kind of pushing the clay into the flipper, and then just kind of work it from the other side too, like that. And we want to make sure that it's pretty well attached. So we're going to proceed now to do the other flipper. So what I'm going to do is take this flipper here, and we're going to take, and we're going to place it on this side right here, as you can see. So we're going to take and work that into the body. Just want to make sure. See how I'm just taking my finger and kind of pinching that clay up into the body. Just going to work that like that, and pinch that clay like that, and work that up into the body. Just like that. Then we're going to flip it over. We're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. Take and use your finger. Now we're going to get the toothpick, and we can do the same thing. So you take the toothpick and kind of work it like that. See how we're kind of pushing it into the body like that? And that makes that way they're firmly attached. What I want to do now is kind of look to see that they're balanced. Just going to take a quick look and see that they're approximately in the same size. So what you want to do is you just want to look and kind of make sure that they're kind of lined up together. See how it's very close. If you're a little off, that doesn't matter. We're just learning the technique and how to do it. So we're going to proceed to make the other two flippers in the back, which are like the feet. So I'll proceed to show you how we're going to make those. These are the flippers that we want to make right now. They almost look like little feet. So these two here, and we'll put those in the back of. So that's what it will look like from the side. But we'll proceed to make those. So when I make that shape, take this flipper here, and you're going to make it into that flipper-like shape. But we're going to flatten it out. They're almost like flat little feet. See, I'm flattening this out. But then we also want to make that the shape of the feet. I'll show you. And just kind of flatten that out. And just kind of take and pinch it between your fingers like that. See how we're making that foot or the flipper? It's we're going to make another one the exact same shape. And I'm going to put this one right down on the table. We're going to take this now, and we're going to make the other flipper. So I'm taking that, and you pinch it between your fingers like that. And just kind of work it, pinch it, and then we're going to make that nice shape for the flipper. So you just kind of work it like that. I'll show you. You're going to do that. And now the shape that you want is approximately that shape. We're going to pick up the other one, and we'll compare them side by side. They're approximately the same size. So that's very important. And we're going to place those on the tail. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the seal now, and we're going to take this foot here, and we're going to kind of place that on the back like that. You're going to kind of squeeze that into the tail. See how we're doing that? Squeeze it in. And you're going to come to this other side. I'm going to rotate it around. See how we're going to take the toothpick now? We're going to kind of like work that in so it attaches really nicely. Just kind of take and work that into the flipper. And you can do it from both sides. So what we're going to do is I'm going to proceed to make the other flipper. So we're going to take that now, and I'll show you. We're going to take and attach that to this side. Kind of push it in with your fingers, work it in. And then I'm going to take and flip that around, and you can take and kind of work the clay in with your fingers like that. So we'll look to see that they're approximately the right size and everything, which they are. Just want to kind of look at that. So this is so far what you've done on your seal. See how we get the nice flippers here? You get the nice body, and then you get the nice feet here. And then you got the nose. So what we're going to proceed to do now is we're going to take, and I'm going to get some other clay, and we're going to make the eyes and the nose. We'll put that down. There's some other clay over here. And what you want to do is do the additive technique. So I'm going to take a little bit of this clay, and what we're going to do is just take very small amounts of clay, approximately, I'll show the size that you want approximately. I'll make a couple of these, and then I'll show you in a second with the size that we want. And then I'll just show you. Let's see. Now I'll put that in my hand. Oop. This here are approximately the sizes that you want. They're small. See those little balls of clay? We'll use 2 for the eyes, and then we'll use 1 for the nose. So we're going to proceed to make the eyes. So I'll take 2 of these little balls of clay, and I'm going to show you, we're going to place them. What you want to do is take these little balls of clay and almost squish them like pancakes. See, I'm squishing that like a pancake, and you want to do the same for the other side. So what we're going to proceed to do is we're going to take and we're going to place this on the side of our seal. So you're going to place it approximately right here. See, I'm kind of placing that on the seal, right about there. I'm going to look before I to make sure it's in the right spot. So what we're going to do is take and kind of push that down like that. And then we're going to proceed to do it on the other side. So we're going to take the little piece of clay. It looks like a little pancake. And I'll just kind of place that there. I'm going to take and just kind of push that like that. And I'm going to look back and see if they're approximately in the same spot. Let's see. Might have to move it down a little bit. But you can see where I had placed the eyes. Then we're going to proceed to take this little ball of clay, the third ball that we made, and you don't have to do too much with it. You don't have to flatten it out. So we're going to take and place that on the end of his nose, like this. So I place that on the end of his nose, and you just kind of press down like that, and do that. The next step in the process that we want to do is make his mouth. So what you want to do is go right under here with the toothpick, and you're going to take and kind of just put a little mark there, like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take and do another little mark over here. And then we're going to do the same for the other side. See how you kind of just take and do that. So you can see his little mouth like that. You know, and then what you can do too is you can look at it again, make sure it's balanced. Sometimes when you do it the first time, you might have to tweak it a little bit and change it, but that's pretty much what you want. So that's what it will look like up to this point. So now we're going to work on the flippers. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this toothpick and we're going to place this into the flippers like this. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to proceed to do that on the other side. You can do 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to proceed to do that on the back. So right here on almost like the feet, you're going to take and do it here again. You're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to proceed to do it to the other side. So you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. So see how you made the nice effect for the feet, for the flippers? And what we're going to proceed to do now is we want to give some texture or skin to the fur seal. I have a little sculpting tool here. We had used this in the past. You can see it's got that nice little triangular piece, but it's got a nice texture here that we can use to make the fur. Now, I want to show you what they will look like, the package that you can buy them in. You can go to any art store, and it'll probably come in a package like this. It will come with several other tools, and it'll have that little metal tool in it. Like this one here, you see there's about 3 of those little metal tools, and then there's some other tools that you can work with. We're going to take and we're going to roll this over the body of the seal. So we're going to take this and just kind of roll it. So you can just roll back and forth. And you can do that all over the body to give it that really nice texture. Like that. So you just roll it back and forth. You're just going to roll it. And I'll just show you. You probably can see how it's got that nice texture? It gives it a really nice texture for the fur. And that's pretty much how you make the clay model. So I'll show you, we're going to proceed to paint the seal now. So what we'll do is we'll take this seal here, and I'll show you how to proceed to paint it, what colors to use. This one here is a pretty simple one. So we have these paints here, which can be bought in any art store. They're like acrylic paints. You know, what's great about them is that they wash off very easily, so if you get them on your clothes, you don't have to worry. So what we'll do is we'll take this couple of different colors we'll use tonight. I'll take these out, and I'll show you we're using a cream color for the body. It looks like this. And then we're going to use the color black. This color here. And we'll use black, and we're going to use that for the nose and the eyes. So I'll show you how to paint those. So we're going to proceed to take some brushes, and I'll show you the sizes that you want. This size here we'll use for doing the eyes and the nose. It's got a very small tip, so it's very easy to work with. And then for the body, we'll take a much larger brush, such as this, and we'll use this for the body. And I will proceed to paint this now. So we're going to take and do the cream color first. And I will show you how to paint that. So take and just dip your brush in a little bit. And what you want to do is take and do back and forth strokes. So you're going to go back and forth, like this. Back and forth. And then you're going to proceed to paint the body in the same manner. Go back and forth, like that. I'm going to take and you're going to back and forth, like that. You know, fill it in nicely. You might need to do a couple of coats because when you paint the first time, sometimes it doesn't spread all that evenly. And you can add a couple of coats or up to 3 coats. Then just go back and forth, like that. We're going to do the same for the other side, back and forth. So you're going to proceed to paint the whole body in that manner. The next thing that I'll show you how to do is we want to do the eyes and the nose. We're going to take this black paint here, and we're going to take and we're going to paint the eyes and the nose. So we're going to take this, and then we're going to proceed to do the eyes and the nose. See right there? So what you want to do is take the brush, just kind of dab the eye like that. Just dab it, go around, just like that. And we're going to proceed to do the nose. And kind of just go around like that. I'm just going to look at it from the front a little bit to make sure I'm not missing anything. And don't worry if you get a little extra paint on the body. Sometimes you have to go back and touch it up. Then we'll do the eye, the other eye, just like that. Just kind of do that very slowly. Just kind of paint it. I'm just going to make sure I didn't miss anything. And those are your eyes and your nose. I will show you how the entire sculpture should look painted. I'm going to put this down, and we will proceed to show you the seal, what it should look like when it's finished. This is the seal when you've completely painted it. You know, I try to paint him on the bottom. You can see his black eyes and his nose. You know, you can see some of that nice texture the way the tool created the fur. See that nice, really nice texture? I like the tool because it does that, and you know, there's a lot of different textures you can use, but I'll show you more of those in another show. But I do want to thank you for coming to Creations in Clay today, and I look forward to seeing you again next week, and goodbye for now. Hi kids, how would you like to win some professional modeling clay like the one that I use in the show? Please send pictures of your creations in clay and we will enter them into a drawing. You can send by mail or email, and I can't wait to see what you've been up to.